Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this channel, you'll hear more of love, marriage, family, business, and many more. Guys, hey, I have an experience with conmen, scammers. I was actually conned and scammed by imposters of TSC officials. I'll share this story to teach you, to help you know some ways these people use. They appear to be true and real, but in real sense, they are not. So guys, here goes the scam story. After my undergraduate of having undertaken education at the Kenyatta University, I've tarmacked, I've looked for job and tired of unemployment. Calling people, calling some directors, attending interviews, different institutions, trying ABCD, blah blah blah, and to know how people after graduation they walk out here. We are expected to work and give back to society. Now here I am struggling, looking for ABCD. We've even vacated and moved to a more cheaper house because at that time my husband lost his job, and we have a younger boy in the house. So here we are, just struggling. And then boom, my mom sends me a contact that she was given this contact with a certain old man, a friend, whom she met, and the friend told her that this person could help me, who is her daughter, get employment at TSC. This fateful morning, I took my phone, dialed the number, called. A man answered on the other end. Sounded executive, sounded an official, of course, a respected person. Who was I not to believe him? I did. We talked over the phone, we talked. He asked me my subjects that I'm teaching. I told him, I answered him ABCD questions here and there. And he asked me for my ID number. I gave him my ID number. Then over the phone, he was able to state for me my exact TSC number. He even mentioned where I went to school, where I got my university education. He talked to me, he gave me my background information, my personal background information. I then believed this person. So we started talking, but he told me that I have to part with some cash so that he can help me. Help me so that I can help you. That's what he told me. But I told him that no, I did not have money. He was not willing to help. But of course, over some time, after talking, after trying to convince him to just help me, I'll pay him after getting the job, and all that. He told me that people usually change. I should at least give him some money to show how serious I am. So I told him that I'm really not sure with this thing. I have really to get the calling letter first, the posting letter actually, after filling the forms, and then I would really trust this person. He told me, yeah, he was a sure bet person. I would really trust the process. He called me again, told me to keep looking for the money as he's processing my things. So I tried trying to be hard on him, but remember I had saved some 40,000 in my bank account, but this one was not to be used on my personal things. This 40,000 was strictly to help my sisters join Form 1. They were in class 8 by then. I went and withdrew around 3,000 shillings, and I told him that that is the only money that I had. But now that this person had really sounded to be sincere, I sent him the 3,000. He told me, good, you seem you can cooperate. So he asked me where I would like to go and teach. I told him that he should just give me a school within Nairobi. By the way, I really loved Nairobi those days. I would never even think of moving out of Nairobi. He took some time, then told me, no, Nairobi has its own people, it has cartels, he cannot find a place there. I should choose a place between Nyanza or Western. I told him that I was willing to go and work in Western. He asked me of some schools, I gave him some options, and he told me, okay, let's put that on waiting, but I should pick the forms and fill them as soon as possible. So the following day, he called me, and we left together with my husband to go and pick the forms. The job was coming, I tell you guys. I told my husband we should go and meet this person and pick the forms together. So when I was in CBD, he asked me whether I had already boarded the vehicle or not, and I told him that we are looking for the vehicle, but when we get it, we shall be able to inform him. He got curious and asked me whom I was with. I just told him that I was having a friend who was helping me find the vehicle to Ngong because I didn't know the place. He took some minutes and then called later. Then he told me that I should alight because there was a lot of traffic jam and that I would really get late. So he opted to send his secretary, the secretary, to bring the forms in town. So we had to wait at the Afya Center. We waited and waited and waited. We were nearly giving up. But at the verge of giving up, someone appeared, a very neat person, of course, and he identified me. Of course, he identified us. I had really explained to him how I was wearing, where I was standing, and we were talking on phone. So this person came and handed me a brown envelope. So on checking the contents, they were TSC forms to be filled and then be taken to the TSC headquarters. Hey, you can imagine the joy in my heart. This thing was real. It was turning out to be real. So I called that purported officer and I told him I had received the forms. I was very grateful. He told me that I should keep working so hard to get some more money. This person was not getting contented. The moment the steps were proceeding and the more was going closer to getting the job, the more he wanted money. This person, I wish. I took the form. We went back to house. I was very joyous. And we were very hopeful that finally, after long struggle, I was getting the job easily, this easily. Just by a phone call, I was getting job. What a miracle. I thank God, I tell you. He called me and he cautioned me to be very, very cautious while filling the form. He even told me that I should not make silly mistakes and advised me that if I don't understand any area, I should call him, and he was willing to even advise me and direct me on how I should answer the areas that maybe I don't get them well. You can imagine if it were you, would you not have trusted such a person? He sounded so real, so real. Now here I am answering my forms with the utmost keenness, if there's such a word. Very keen, very careful, answering them because I was holding my job in my hands. Have you ever struggled for a long time, for more than around 2 years, looking for the job that you really like to do, but you're not getting it? That was me. So I was this careful person, very keen. If I would not understand an area, I would take my phone, hello, what does this mean? And this person would just explain and tell me, oh, do this, just answer this way, write this way, do this, answer this way. I finished filling the forms. He calls again. How much have you found? No, I would tell him that I've not yet gotten anything, but I'm really working on it. I told him that I should just wait. If I get something, I would add. He told me the time is running out. These officials will not like to cooperate with me. They will turn at this deal. They will refuse to do the thing. But I told him, no, I don't have the money. So he told me that, okay, keep working so hard to get the money. Why was I to work so hard? I don't know. So here I am just answering the form very keenly and finished filling the forms. And I call him now and tell him that he should now be ready to pick the forms. He told me now I should go and deposit the forms as a parcel, send him as a parcel. I did. On doing that, he he told me that he will receive the form just within that day because he was within Nairobi and he was held up in some meeting somewhere. I don't know. He was just in a meeting of these people, TSC people, these commissioners, I don't know, this officers or something. That's what he told me. I didn't even want to get it. The thing is, I wanted the forms to reach him and be processed into posting letters. So here I am, waiting. Then he calls me, tells me that I've received the forms, but where is the money? I told him, now, what will I do? I gave you the 3,000 that I had. Now, what do you want more? I will add you some 2,000 so that it reaches 5,000. But this one I will only add you after getting the posting letter. He tells me, yeah, you will get it. And then he asked me whether I have some more friends that I would like to help so that they get some jobs, because he told me that by that time he had seven positions to be filled in secondary schools, and then he had 5 for primary teachers. I was so excited. I was going to help people get, and the way, people who know me very well. I would like to help my friends. I would really like to help if where I can. I can really help. So I was so excited, and I wanted to help people get jobs the way I was going to get mine, and we would be rejoicing together, having gotten jobs without struggles, all that. Now, the issue about my friends was not in my mind. I wanted to confirm first so that I can get someone in after my knowledge, after knowing that it's a real thing and a true thing. So I declined, but gave him a condition that if at all it was to be sincere and I was going to get my posting letter, then I would invite my friends. But for now, he was just to focus on mine, process, and then make it work. He said yes, he agreed, and he processed, continued working. By this time, my friends, I had opened 2 accounts already, 2 bank accounts, a savings account and a salary account, ready to start earning. I was excited. By those accounts, let me tell you something. I've never even used them. I hate them to date, but I will try to forgive them because the accounts are just innocent. I'll try to use them someday. So the accounts are there, lying dormant, courtesy of this person. This person, this monster. This guy must have been very, very clever. He went even before me. I think he knew that maybe he was nearly being found or he would be detected. He had already avoided all the possible physical contacts. And so, even picking my posting letter, I picked it just as a parcel. So it was ready. And here was my letter. Excitement. But the school was in Western. So you know what? I had to go in my bank, withdraw around 25,000. The money that I had really vowed never to touch, I touched, because I knew that after all, money was coming. So I went ahead and was able to use this money even to run some errands up and down. We were able to transport our items, our household things, furnitures, and everything from Nairobi to Western Kenya. I think you know how it's expensive to transport household things, household items. It's too costly, and we transported it. I also took some money, gave it to my husband, told him to go around. I think some good money. Gave him to go and look for a house to rent, and he went. He traveled, went, and did all that. The house was ready. He paid the 3 months rent. We were going to start life again. We had decided to start it and to do it again. So we went, and all this time this person is just in touch. And now I knew this thing is real, real, like real. It was so real. Even the rubber stamp, the name, and it was just real. Nothing to doubt about it. It looked so real. I was here with my letter now, ready to join, to go and report to my new working station. So we went. We went now to, after picking the letter, we were now preparing to travel, and here we traveled and landed in Western Kenya, Chovakali area. Those who know the area, Viga County. We landed there, ready to start a new life. The money that was remaining, around 12,000, I also went and withdrew it so that we would do house purchases, buy food in stock, and all that. We had already now put everything in a place, enough food, enough tokens, all that thing, all that. But money wise, broke. Now here in Viga County with my calling letter, ready to work and report to my new station and do all this and that. Then the reporting day reaches. So I go and report to my new station. I introduce myself to the principal and tell him that I've been posted to that area, and that I was a history Kiswahili teacher, a hardworking one in that case, and I was coming to do what to start my work. The principal was a madam. She looked at me and asked me, "But we had interviews. Why didn't you come?" I told him that I told her that there's someone who told me that he was organizing this work for me, and so he did it. Madam told me, no. Oh, give me the number. I gave her the person's number. You know what? Madam called that person. And that person, of course, replied and talked very nicely. That person talked. And when the phone, I think the phone hung up, he called again. He called the principal and affirmed to the principal that I was posted in that area. Principal told me that, madam, you have to go to the sub-county offices. So I left, going now heading to sub-county offices. People are smart outside here. But this man on calling me, and I told him that I'm heading to the sub-county offices and that I was to be to go and know more about my letter of posting. He tells me, no, I should not go to those offices. Instead, I should send back the letter to him for the change of station. Here I am now stranded. I don't have money. He sends me 30 shillings. 30 bob for withdrawing, of course. So I get 300 shillings for sending back the letter to him. I sent him the letter. And then the process of changing station now starts. First month, second month, the letter is ready. He sends me the letter for another smaller school around that I had, of course, proposed. Hey, oh God. The letter comes. I take the letter, ready to report. But now my antennas are now rising. I'm starting now to see that this person is a con, but a smart one in that case. I had not contacted my friends. I had not contacted them. Some of them were now calling me and asking, what is wrong with this person? He's not picking our calls. What is wrong with this person? He's not giving us ABCD. He's not answering our questions. He's not picking the calls. I'm now worried. I'm now frustrated. But why is he changing the calling letters for me in that matter? It's too painful to frustrate a person who is unemployed, and even if they are employed. It's so painful to con someone. It's too painful to scam someone. I'm raising an alarm for anyone who is seeking a TSC work or a TSC job. Don't go using any shortcuts. Trust the process. Wait. The time will come and you'll get your portion. This episode is not over. I will proceed with it and talk about how this conman took a lot of money from my innocent friends. I'm really sorry, my friends. I didn't know whatever was happening behind the curtains. I didn't know. This has killed me inside for a long time. I have never had peace inside me. I've always thought that I'm the one that made you suffer. But the thing is, I didn't know that this person was taking advantage of you. He kept me out of it completely. And whenever he would communicate with my friends, he never told me anything, any proceeding about them. He kept it by himself.